Hi students, welcome to all of you to this DM Study Center. I am Dheeraj Mondal, Assistant Professor, JS College of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering Department. You know that last class I have discussed the flow through large orifice, and today we will be discussing about the mouthpiece. This is me, Dheeraj Mondal, Assistant Professor, JS College of Engineering. This is my YouTube channel where you will be getting this full video, and for PDF you can join this Telegram channel. You have to submit all the assignment in this email ID, and in case of any query related to the subject and admission, you can call me here or you can WhatsApp me. Okay, so admission is open for 2020. Most welcome to JS College of Engineering. In case any doubt, you can call here also, or you can visit the college if you really want to see the lab setup and infrastructure and all this. So most welcome to JS College of Engineering. So let us start. Today's lecture will be based on the mouthpiece. You know that last class we discussed about the you can see large flow discharge through large rectangular orifice, where we have seen that the discharge is equal to 2 by 3 CD into B into root over 2 Js H2 to the power 3 by 2 minus H1 to the power 3 by 2, and some numerical were discussed. Now this is the study about the mouthpiece. You know that the mouthpiece basically already I have told you the definition. You can see this is the in the first lecture I have told you the mouthpiece is a short length pipe which is 2 or 3 times its diameter in length, fitted in a tank or vessel containing the fluid. Okay, so it is a mouthpiece. It is a types of mouthpiece. That means it is basically a short length pipe. This is a short length pipe which is 2 or 3 times the diameter. If the diameter is your D, then the length may be 2 to 3 times, 2D to 3D. Length in pipe fitted in the tank or vessel containing the fluid. Now by the help of this mouthpiece, what we can do, we can measure the discharge. Okay. Now let us discuss about the classification of mouthpiece. The mouthpiece basically it is classified as external mouthpiece and internal mouthpiece. Depend upon their position with respect to the tank or vessel. Okay. So two types of mouthpiece depending upon the position with respect to the tank or vessel is called your external and internal mouthpiece. Okay. Next, your mouthpiece again it can be classified by three types here: cylindrical mouthpiece, convergent mouthpiece, or convergent divergent mouthpiece, depending upon their shape. So cylindrical, that means it will be discussed afterward. The mouthpiece again classified as mouthpiece running full or mouthpiece running free, depending upon the nature of discharge at the outlet of the mouthpiece. That means running with full means the total mouthpiece, when it is flowing, the water is flowing through this pipe, then total water it will be total full of water, and sometime you will be seen that mouthpiece running free. That means that means it not be free or full of water and like this. Okay, but in case of convergent divergent type mouthpiece, you can see here this is a external cylindrical mouthpiece. So externally it is placed and cylindrical in shape. Okay, if I am talking about the, here you can see this is a convergent divergent type. Okay, so this will be discussed here. So let us start. So first of all, the based on the position, external mouthpiece, internal mouthpiece, that means it can be mounted like this, it can be mounted like this. Okay, This is the hole. Internal mouthpiece, external mouthpiece. Now the cylindrical mouthpiece, that means the shape is cylindrical, and convergent means your like this. Divergent means your like this, and convergent divergent type means this is your convergent divergent type mouthpiece. Okay, now first of all discuss about the flow through an external cylindrical mouthpiece, how we can calculate the discharge and all this. In this diagram you can see this is a tank, and from the center point of the mouthpiece and the free surface of the water is your height h. This is your vena contracta, the vena contracta position, that means the close, that means the small cross sectional area, it is created in this point cc. Okay, and this is the v1, that means one section 1 position. So what we have to do, first of all let us consider the h. H is what? Height of the liquid above the center of the mouthpiece. If I am talking vc, vc means the velocity of the liquid at cc point, that means where vena contracta occurring. Similarly ac means equal to, ac is the vena area of the vena contracta in point cc. v1 is the velocity of the liquid at outlet, this is the outlet, and a1 is the area of the mouthpiece at outlet, and cc is equal to, you know that coefficient of contraction, it is equal to area of the vena contracta by area of the orifice. You can see the, so here area ac by a1 is the cc. Okay, now put the Bernoulli's equation here, you will be getting how you can calculate the discharge, you can calculate easily. Now first of all continuity equation, if I am putting continuity equation, so what will be the continuity equation? AC into VC is equal to A1 into V1. So from this equation we can easily find out VC. So the AC into VC is equal to A1 into V1 in between section 1 and CC. If I am applying Bernoulli's equation, so VC is equal to V1 A1 V1 by AC, or it can be written as V1 by AC by A1, and AC by A1 is what? It is the coefficient of contraction. So you can take coefficient of contraction as 0.62 standard value. So AC by A1 is equal to 0.62, the VC is equal to V1 by 0.62, very important. Taking VC, ACC is equal to 0.62. Now if you know that the flow through pipe, although it is not discussed, but you know, if the water is flowing through a pipe like this, and there is a contraction and there is enlargement. Okay, so the basically when the water is flowing and suddenly the water is enlarged, that means this is a pipe and suddenly pipe is enlarged. So what will happen? You will see the water is flowing like this, isn't it? So water is flowing like this. So this position, in this position there will be some void will be created, and because of this enlargement some minor head loss will be experienced. So it is equal to V1 minus V2 by 2g, V2 whole square by 2g. Basically V1 means this is your velocity V1, here V1, and here is your V2. Okay, so velocity at in this pipe, velocity in this pipe, that difference is square by 2g. So this is the loss due to enlargement. So keep it in your mind, it will be discussed afterward when we will be discussing the flow through pipe chapter. So HL is equal to VC minus V1 to the power whole square by 2g, because you know that here it is VC and this is your V1. So V1 minus V2 I told you. So VC taking your V1 and V1 is taking your V2, like this. So this is the HL, head loss due to enlargement, sudden enlargement of the pipe. Okay, so you have seen suddenly it is enlarged, na? So pipe is suddenly enlarged, so that is why it is taken. So ultimately this equation you need to know. Now put the value of Vc here. So put the value of Vc, you will be getting HL is equal to 0.375 V1 square by 2G. Now applying Bernoulli's equation, this is the Bernoulli's equation between point CC and point 11. So PA by rho G plus BA square by 2G plus ZA is equal to P1 by rho G. Why I have written PA by rho G? Because pressure in this point is equal to pressure in this point, same height, PA rho G, plus VA by that means V square by 2G plus ZA. So that is why it is written here PA by rho G plus VA square by 2G plus ZA, because datum height also with respect to that point. Okay, so it is equal to ZA is equal to P1 by rho G plus V1 square by 2G plus Z1 plus HL, because we are applying modifying Bernoulli's equation, okay, or practical or real Bernoulli's equation. So HL have to be taken, but you know that ZA is what? ZA is equal to Z1 and VA is negligible, because you know ZA is equal to Z1. Here you can see in this diagram ZA is equal to Z1, the same datum line, and VA will be negligible. Why? Because VA there is almost zero velocity you will experience. Okay, and also the P1 by rho G is the atmospheric pressure, isn't it? So that is why it is 0. So put all the value H, P is equal to H, already you know, this is the head, so this is the H, so PA is equal to H, this is PA by 2G 0, Z is equal to Z1 will be cancelled out, P1 by rho G is equal to 0, that is your atmospheric pressure, V1 square is 2G as it is you have to take, and HL is equal to 0.375 V1 square by 2G. From this equation you can easily get V1 H is equal to 1.375 V1 square by 2G, and V1 is equal to root over 2G H by 1.375, or you can write 0.855 root over 2G H. So this is all about the V1 velocity at section 1, that means at the outlet of the mouthpiece. As I have got V1 that is your theoretical velocity, root over V1 is equal to 0.855 root over 2Gh, and theoretical velocity is equal to, we know that, root over 2Gh. So what is CV? CV is equal to actual velocity by theoretical velocity, and it is equal to 0.855. okay, so this is all about the coefficient of velocity, CV. Now Cc for mouthpiece is equal to 1, as the area of the jet of liquid at outlet is equal to the area of the mouthpiece at outlet. So what we can write? CD is equal to Cc into Cv. So put the value of Cc and Cv, you will be getting CD is equal to 0.855. Thus what you can say, thus the value of CD for mouthpiece is more than the value of CD of orifice. You know that for in case of mouthpiece the value is your 0.85 already I have got, but in case of orifice it is your 0.61267 like this. So this is the value of the, that means we can say the value of the mouthpiece is more than the value of the orifice. Clear? So the discharge through orifice will be more. So that is why we can take, that means we can if you that means that is why in case of more discharge you need to take a mouthpiece. Okay, so that will be required. Now let us consider this problem. Find the discharge from a 100 mm diameter external mouthpiece fitted to a side of a large vessel if the head over the mouthpiece is 4 meter. So basically the mouthpiece diameter is given 100 meter, area you can find out 100 mm, it is 100 mm, so 0.1 meter. The area you can find out, head is your 4 meter, CD for mouthpiece is your 0.855. So discharge is equal to, you know, CD into area into velocity. So CD into area means your pi by 4 d square, already I have got. Velocity is equal to root over 2gh. Put all the value, you will be getting, this is your answer, 0.05948 meter cube per second. Very simple problem, it will not be asked. Next problem, it is important. 7.25. An external cylindrical mouthpiece of diameter 150 mm is discharging water under a constant head of 6 meter. Head is given. Determine the discharge and absolute pressure head of water at vena contracta. Take CD is equal to 0.855 and CC for vena contracta 0.62. Atmospheric pressure head 10.3 meter of water. So again same formula, you know that here basically diameter D, well, D is given. First of all, pause the problem, pause the video, then see, try to solve yourself. Then after that you can see this lecture. Okay. Now this diameter of the mouthpiece is equal to 150 mm. Area is given, area you can find out. Head is given, CD is given, CC is given. So atmospheric pressure head is equal to what? 10.3 meter. So discharge is equal to CD into area into velocity. So discharge is equal to CD value, you know, area already have got, root over 2g is the velocity, is already head is given, you can find out velocity. So 0.1639 meter cube per second. Very easy problem, na? Now pressure at a vena contracta, you can see, if this is a mouthpiece and this is your head, now what will happen here, and this is a CC point where vena contracta will occur. So applying Bernoulli's equation in between A and CC, in this point A and CC, what we will get? PA by rho g plus VA square by 2g plus ZA is equal to PC by rho g plus VC square by 2g plus ZC. But PA by rho g is equal to what? PA by rho g is equal to atmospheric pressure plus head. Taking pressure, atmospheric pressure, okay. So atmospheric pressure plus head. And VA is equal to 0. ZA is equal to ZC. Any doubt? No. Okay, so PA by HA, put all the value here. So HA plus H plus 0 is equal to PC by rho g plus VC square by 2g plus this equation I have got when we are taking the atmospheric pressure head. Okay, so HC, basically HA is the atmospheric head, H is the head from the free surface and the center of the mouthpiece. PC is the where pressure vena contracta is created, the pressure head, and VC square by 2g is the vena contracta velocity head it is. So it is equal to HC, I can write this pressure head at vena contracta, and VC square by 2g as it is. So HC is equal to HA plus H minus VC square by 2g. Can I write this? If I can write this, then VC is equal to, already I know, V1 by 0.62. Okay. So here basically HC is equal to, put all the value of VC here, you will be getting HC is equal to this. So H is equal to, okay, so H is equal to HA plus H minus this portion. Clear? But we know that H is equal to 1.375 V1 square by 2g. Do you know that? H is equal to, see this formula, H is equal to 1.375 V1 square by 2G. Already I have got when we are discussing it, we were discussing the flow through an external cylindrical mouthpiece. So this formula and this formula, it is needed to solve this equation. So here you can see H is equal to this value I know. So put all the value. Okay. Put all the value here. You will be getting HC. That means head in the vena constrictor is equal to this HA minus plus H minus 0.722 H into 1 by 0.62 whole square. So ultimately the equation, the HC will be 4.96 meter absolute. So this is the absolute head HC. That means at vena constrictor whatever the head we are getting. Now let us discuss about the flow through a convergent divergent mouthpiece. Convergent divergent mouthpiece means it is your, first of all, the mouthpiece is converging, then it is diverging. Then what will happen? Same problem, same thing here. Basically you have to put the Bernoulli's equation in between point CC and free surface. So you know that P by rho G, V square by 2G plus Z is equal to PC by rho G plus VC square by 2G plus ZC. Taking datum passing through the center of the orifice. If I am taking this datum, then P by rho G is what? Atmospheric pressure head. P by rho G, and V is equal to 0, you know. Z is equal to H. This is the Z. And P by rho G is the pressure head, that is your atmospheric pressure head. Okay. So what that means, I am taking the Bernoulli's equation between free surface of the water tank and the coefficient of contraction position CC. Okay. So P by rho G is equal to HA, V is equal to 0, Z is equal to H, PC by rho G is equal to HC, ZC is equal to 0. Can I write this? Okay. Now put all the value. The VC, you will be getting VC is equal to this. This equation will be getting from this particular mathematical expression. Now if I am applying Bernoulli's equation between CC and 1 section 1, then again we can write this, and Z is equal to Z1, P1 by rho G is equal to atmospheric head, pressure head. So HC is equal to, so P1 by rho G is equal to atmospheric pressure head. Okay, and here you have what you have got, VC is equal to this. Okay, but you know that P1 by rho G, this you know, and therefore HC plus VC square by 2G, that means this is the HC na, this is the HC. HC plus VC square by 2G is equal to HA, that is your atmospheric pressure head. What I want to say that this one is what? HC, and this is your VC square by 2G as it is written. This will be 0, and this is equal to HA, atmospheric pressure head, and this one is your velocity head at outlet of the outlet of the mouthpiece. Now from equation 1, here you can see this is your equation, and this is also equation. So from this equation what we can write, HC plus VC square by 2G is equal to H plus HA, because from equation 1 देखो H plus HA is equal to HC plus VC square by 2G. Can I write this? So H plus HA is equal to HC plus VC square by 2G. So that I have written here, HC plus VC square by 2G is equal to H plus HA. Or HA plus VC square by 2G is equal to H plus HA, because already I know that HC plus VC square by 2G is equal to HA plus V1 square by 2G. Okay. Again I am telling you, this is got from equation number 1, see the equation number 1, and this I have got from this equation. So V1 is equal to root over 2gh. You know, from this equation HA and HA will be cancelled out. So V1 is equal to root over 2gh. Now put the continuity equation between section 1 and section CC. Okay, A1 AC VC is equal to A1 V1 and A1 by AC is equal to VC by V1. Put the value of VC because I have got VC in the last slide. Here it is your VC. Okay, and put the value of V1 also, root over 2gh. This is the value. Ultimately the value will come 1 by 1 plus HA minus HC by H. Discharge is equal to area into root velocity, area AC into root over 2gh. Now let us solve a numerical. For a convergent divergent mouthpiece having throat diameter of 4 cm is discharging water under a constant height of 2 meter. Determine the maximum outer diameter for maximum discharge. For maximum discharge also take the H is equal to 10.3 meter of water and H separation is equal to 2.5 meter of water. Okay, now DC, that is your at the throat, convergent divergent means like this. So at the throat DC, C point, this is your 3 point, this is now DC is equal to 0.4 centimeter given. AC you can find out y by 4 d square. Height, constant height is your 2 meter always. For maximum at outlet D1 and Q max, H is equal to, this is given, H separation is equal to given 2.5 meter absolute. Now the discharge, you need to find out discharge. You know that maximum discharge is equal to area of the vena and the vena conductor into root over 2gh. So area in the vena conductor is given, F already I have got, and root over 2gh, H is given 200 or 2 meter. So in terms of centimeter cube per second you will be getting the answer, as I have taken all the value in terms of centimeter. So 78715 centimeter cube per second. This is the Q max, maximum discharge. Now the ratio of area at outlet and throat, this equation, it is well known, already have discussed right now. So put all the value HA, SC, H will be getting 2.22 ratio of area. Now ratio of area, you know that then ratio area is equal to, it is pi by 4 d square. So pi by 4 d1 square by pi by 4 dc square, and it is equal to the diameter d1 by dc is equal to 1.4877. So d1 you can find out because dc you know. So dc is equal to 5.95 centimeter. This is the answer. Okay, now this is your highlight. This is that means the mouthpiece part. You need to know these are the formulas which is needed to solve the numerical. So first of all, orifice meter is what is orifice meter? This is a small opening on the side or at bottom of a tank, while mouthpiece is short length of pipe which is 2 or 3 times the diameter of the length in the length. This is the definition. Next, orifice as well as mouthpiece are used for measuring the rate of flow. Next, point number 3, theoretical velocity of jet of water from orifice is given by V is equal to root over 2j, where H is equal to height of the water from the center of the orifice. Now 3 hydraulic coefficient we have discussed, where we have seen coefficient of velocity CV is equal to actual velocity at the vena conductor to the by theoretical velocity, and it is equal to x by root over 4 yx, and we have seen how we can calculate the x. This is the point P, and this is x, and this is y. This is y, and this is your x. and height you know. Next is your, we have discussed the coefficient of contraction Cc, where it is the ratio of area of the jet at vena contracta to the area of the orifice. Cd we know, actual discharge by theoretical discharge, and Cd is equal to Cc into Cv. Next we have discussed for large orifice what is the discharge, that is your root 2 by 3 Cd B into root over 2g h2 to the power 3 by 2 by minus h1 to the power 3 by 2. That means when the orifice is large. Okay, so here basically B is the width of the orifice, Cd is the coefficient of discharge of the orifice, h1 is the height of the liquid above top edge of the orifice, and h2 is the height of the liquid above bottom edge of the orifice. Okay, so next is your discharge through the fully submerged orifice is equal to what? Q is equal to Cd into B into h1 minus h2 root over 2gh. Keep it in your mind, it will not be asking how to solve this derivation. So only this formula you need to know to solve the numerical. Next, discharge through partially submerged orifice, Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2, and ultimately the equation will come Cd into B into H2 minus H into root over 2gh plus 2 by 3 Cd into B into root over 2g H to the power 3 by 2 minus H1 to the power 3 by 2. Okay, next is your time of emptying a tank through an orifice at its bottom is given by T is equal to 2a h1 to the power 3 by 2 minus h2 to the power 3 by 2 h root over h1 minus root over h2 Cd area into root over 2gs, where h1 is the initial height of the liquid in the tank and h2 is the final height of the liquid in the tank. Area is the area, A is the area of the tank, small a is the area of the orifice, and Cd you know. If the tank is to be completely emptied when time t, then this is the formula, T is equal to 2a root over h Cd into area into root over 2g. So this is all about the formula. Formula number 3, time emptying a hemispherical tank by an orifice fitted at its bottom. This is the formula, but it is not needed, it will not be asking. So bus you need to know this 11 number coefficient of discharge. For external mouthpiece your 0.855, internal mouthpiece 0.707, internal mouthpiece with internal mouthpiece running full 0.707, internal mouthpiece running free 0.5, convergent or convergent divergent mouthpiece CD is equal to 1. Okay, next, for external mouthpiece absolute pressure head at vena contracta H is equal to HA minus 0.81 H. Okay, and the ratio of area for in case of convergent divergent mouthpiece, the ratio of area at outlet and the vena contracta is root over 1 plus HA minus HC by H. Now in case of internal mouthpiece, if the jet of liquid comes out from the mouthpiece without touching its side, it is known as running free, but if the jet touches the side of the mouthpiece, it is known as running full. So what I have told you, what is the difference between running full and running free? In case of internal mouthpiece, says if the jet of liquid comes out from the mouthpiece without touching its side, that means it is not touching its side, then it is called running free. But if the jet touches the side of mouthpiece, then it is called running full. So this is all about the mouthpieces. Next class we will be discussing about the notch and wire, where rectangular notch will be discussed, triangular notch will be discussed, what is the definition of wire, that will be discussed, very important, and it is an open channel flow. Same discharge will be measured by the help of this nose. This is me, Dheeraj Mondal, Assistant Professor, JS College of Engineering, YouTube channel, DM Study Center, Telegram page for PDF and notes. Submit all the assignment. This is your assignment. Submit all the assignment in this mail ID, and any kind of query related to admission cell, you can join. Any kind of query related to admission cell, you can contact this number. Okay, so today up to this, I hope it is clear. Thank you for listening. Jai Hind.